Hello YouTube, metalskinstudios here. Welcome to episode 4 of Fucktardry Knows No Bounds. Yes, today we are going to pwn yet another video from DarwinIsInHell's channel. But I'm going to do something a little different today. I will use this video not only as a pwnage, but also as a tribute to a man I admire very much. So, let me give you a little bit of context. You know how sometimes fundies, fucktards, cretards like to use scientists from the past that were geniuses, yet somehow believed in a deity or a god. And how they like to bring it up that, hey, this guy was a scientist and he believed in God. But there is a fundamental flaw in their correlating of those two characteristics. And the best explanation, the best contextual analysis of this phenomenon I have ever found was by Mr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. So, without further ado, please enjoy. Mr. Tyson, the floor is yours.
Sir Isaac Newton. Now, I don't know what you know of Isaac Newton, but everything I've read of his tells me that there's no greater genius to ever walk the surface of this earth.
Isaac Newton, born in 1643, explained the mechanism by which the planets moved. And not just how planets moved, but how everything moved, from planets to apples.
Newton was a towering intellect. It is astonishing what he did. His moment in the history of science is a sharp break in which the power of mathematics is really brought to bear on aspects of the physical universe. He is what set us down this path of using mathematics to describe the universe, showing that math, for some reason, is the language of the cosmos.
In his Principia, here's the page 1, page 0 of Principia. In it, he discovers the laws of motion, F equals ma, discovers the laws of gravity. It's, it's all there. And he did this all before he turned 26.
Newton created physics. He was the person who first saw the fundamental laws underneath all of these observations. Newton's laws explained almost everything.
Newton's great book, the Principia, revealed that the tides, the velocity of orbiting planets, even the shape of the Earth could be explained through the pull of gravity, because everything with mass exerts a pulling force on everything else with mass. The moon pulls the oceans. The Earth pulls the moon. The sun pulls the Earth. And the closer these objects are to each other, the stronger gravity pulls.
In this, when he talks about motion, there's no reference to God. When he talks about his two-body force that he deduced, this universal law of gravitation, there is no mention of God. It's just not anywhere there because he understood it. He was on top of it. He was there. Even though the understanding of the motions of the planets before he came along was given unto God because nobody understood it. Or nobody understood well enough to really believe that they had a full predictive handle on it in the way the universal law of gravitation supplied. And so what you have is Isaac Newton abandoning reference to God until he realizes that if all you do is calculate the two-body problem, here we have like the moon and Earth. Yes, he's got that calculated. Now you have the sun and the Earth. You got that. But wait a minute, now the Earth and the moon go around the sun, and sometimes we're close to Mars and sometimes we're not. And when it comes near Mars, there's a tug that's stronger there than in any other part in the orbit. And then it comes over here, and then Jupiter tugs. And all these mini tugs. And so he's got to do this two-body problem for Earth, the moon, Earth and the sun, Earth, moon, and Mars, Earth, moon, Mars, and Jupiter, and it becomes a rapidly complex problem. And he realizes that, in fact, applying this simple sort of approach to calculating the stability of the solar system, he finds he can't stabilize the solar system. He can't account for how we have stayed this way for as long as what was possibly necessary from the beginning of the universe. And so what does he say? He's at his limits. He's at his limits. And so you read Principia, God is nowhere until you get to the general Sholem. And then he says the 6 primary planets. The 6 primary planets are revolved about the sun in circles concentric with the sun, and with motions directed towards the same parts and almost in the same plane. He's got the whole picture now, and he's trying to sort of account for that. But he can't just simply doing two-body calculations, certainly not without a computer or without a new kind of mathematics. He says, but it is not to be conceived. But is it not to be conceived that mere mechanical causes could give birth to so many regular motions? This most beautiful system of the sun, planets, and comets could only proceed from the counsel and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. This is Isaac Newton invoking intelligent design at the limits of his knowledge.
Isn't context a bitch?
So many fucktards. So little